Catch It with 976 Tuna. Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of Catch It. We're here in beautiful Newport Beach, California, home of Davies Locker Sport Fishing. And we're going to jump on board a really great trip today on the Western Pride, the half-day boat here out of Davies, where we're going to join kids from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's a special day and a special trip and a special edition of Catch It. We're so glad you're here with us. Hey everybody, I'm here with Rachel Gershwin from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And Rachel, it is really a special day today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have about, I think 13 or 14 wish children and their families here today. And many of them have never been fishing, so they're going to be experiencing it for the first time.
And Captain Jeff on the Western Pride can't wait to pull away from Newport Beach, California, and either can the children on board. For many of the kids, it's their very first time on the water, and leaving picturesque Newport Beach is a special treat. But Captain Jeff is busy at work looking for fish on the Western Pride, half-day boat out of Davies Locker. And we're going to get some help from the volunteers down on deck as they rig the rods up as we take off out of Newport Beach. And everybody on deck having a wonderful time, even a flock of pelicans showing us the way to our very first spot where we're going to drop anchor and start fishing.
Probably catch a calico bass or sand bass, something like that.
And now it's time for you to meet my good friend Miguel, who quickly became my hero. He's there with his father Armando and his mother Estelle.
Miguel tiene un pescado.
¿Tienes un pescado?
Yo creo que sí. Come on, Miguel.
There you go.
Vamos. Enseñe cómo hacerlo.
Other way.
Good job, Miguel. ¿Es su primer pescado?
Sí.
Ah, de veras, qué bueno.
Oh,
Wow. You see that, kid? Put it over there, Miguel, can you? Yeah, Miguel. Felicitaciones. Qué pescado.
oh, dile así, dale un...
Felicitaciones.
Gracias. Un champion.
Ay, sí, ¿verdad, señora? Muy bien, y vamos a...
First fish, lots of laughs, plenty of sunshine, a beautiful day off Newport Beach, California. The children caught rockfish, rock wrasse, calico bass, sheepshead, bonita, and other varieties of fish. And for the very first time, that magical tug at the fishing line led these children to think about the ocean's environment and how they might grow up someday and protect it. You know, I told you a moment ago that Miguel became a hero of mine, and he really did. Up until about 3 years ago, Miguel was leading an ordinary, normal life. Then he was stricken with a disease that left him in a wheelchair and leaves him feeling very weak for most of the day. But deep down inside, Miguel is still a young man, and he just wanted to get out with his parents. You see Estelle helping him wind on that fish, and Armando in the background, so proud. And he just wanted to be out on the water and be a boy again. That's what this day was all about. It was about Miguel getting out there and becoming the hero of the trip, my hero, and doing a fantastic job.
¿Cuántos pescados ya?
¿Cuántos? Dile cuántos pescados.
2. No puedo creerlo, ¿de veras? 2. Qué bueno. Ay, ay, ay.
Last time I set the hook was the smallest one I've ever. Is he hooked enough? Okay, let's get him over. Oh, yeah! Woo!
Whoa.
Nice. You go! Whoa, that's a
Miguel, way to go, buddy.
That is a keeper. Nice fish. Huh? Hey, ka? No one else quite do it. Good job.
Mike, you gotta be having a ball doing
This
this.
is amazing. This is so cool. These kids are having so much fun. Nothing like half-day fishing.
Hey, we're back here with my good buddy Mike Folks from Inside Sport Fishing. Mike, you're too humble, but you're the guy who made this all happen. You really did. It was a great day.
It was a great day, and it was a community effort. You know, everybody was involved, from Shimano and Ford that actually wrote the checks to enable us to do it, to Davies Locker, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, all the volunteers. And, you know, we talked about it before, in a half-day fishing, there's nothing special about the fish, but the look in those kids' eyes, priceless.
It really was. And what gave you the idea to do this? Why did you were the guy who really organized it. Why did you do it?
Well, I grew up fishing. I mean, all of us that love the sport, I think at some point in our early years had somebody that took care of us and got us out on the water, got us introduced to fishing. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I think, just affords that opportunity to kids and families that normally wouldn't be around the water. So it's just, you know, kids are the future of the sport, and I love being a part of it. And I'm thankful that everybody wanted to jump on board and make this thing happen.
And jump on board we did, on board the Western Pride out of Davies Locker. And even Rachel from the Make-A-Wish Foundation couldn't resist picking up a rod, tossing a bait out to sea, and hooking her very first fish. And while the kids were catching all kinds of different fish, no one on board had the variety of Dr. Marty Morin.
This is the extent of it. I think I've done quite well for myself.
Talk about variety.
Variety? Yes, sir. We got little flatfish, and brown fish, squid, a little sardine, and I had a little smelt. So can't beat that.
Ah, it was a fun day for everybody. Marty pointed that out with that great little skit. But for Miguel, his mother called him the campeon. And he was our champion, catching 8 fish and having the time of his life. Miguel, you're our hero, and we salute you. Miguel learned so much about sport fishing, and one of the things that we all have learned about is CPR. My good buddy Mike Folks practices catch, photograph, and release. You know, being a fisherman is so much more than catching fish. That's just a small part. Being a fisherman is about being on the water and enjoying the environment. And here, we were so fortunate to roll up on an enormous pod of dolphins, and the kids loved it. You have no idea what it means to these children. They're dealing with medical ailments every single day, trips to the hospital, wheelchair bound, headaches, pain, and their parents live this with them every single day. So a day on the water means so much to all these children. And it doesn't just happen. It's good people in the community coming together, pooling their resources, and making dreams come true. Back here at Davies Locker with Carolyn Morris from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Carolyn, so nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Phil. It's great to be here.
We just got back from an incredible day on the water with a great bunch of kids. Tell us how this all came together.
Well, it came together, really, it was a 2-year process between Michael Folks and myself as a representative from Make-A-Wish Tuna Challenge and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then with the aid of Shimano and Ford, we were able to really make a community effort, and we pulled the trip off so that we could give these youngsters a special outing on the water and teach them the love of fishing.
And it was a special day, wasn't it? I mean, you just got off the boat. I was there. Mike was there. What a day, huh? I mean, the smiles omnipresent, and you could just see how much fun those kids were having, couldn't you?
They absolutely had a ball. Many of them had never been on a boat before. Many of them had never been fishing before. And by the end of the day, the little girls were picking up the fish and showing everybody and handling the bait and putting the bait on the hooks, and they had a ball.
They were old pros after a few moments, weren't they?
They were indeed. They were absolute pros.
And, you know, we have a little saying that we like to use, and it's, you can't protect what you don't understand. These kids understand that ocean environment a little bit better now, and they'll grow up to protect it, won't they?
They will indeed, and so many of us have been very active in the fish conservation effort and in the ocean preservation effort, and we want to teach that as well as the love of sport fishing, but the respect for the ocean and its resources.
Carolyn, you and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much for making this day so special for so many children.
Thank you, Phil.
This very special day was made possible by so many wonderful people. First of all, it was the great folks from Shimano. Also, the wonderful people from Ford. Michael Folks and Inside Sport Fishing. Davies Locker Sport Fishing. And the half-day boat, Western Pride and her great crew. But who we really want to thank are the great children who are on board this wonderful special day on the water. Miguel and his parents, all the volunteers from Make-A-Wish, and so many others who came together to make this such a special day. Those children out there having so much fun, given the fact that they're so challenged with medical problems, taught us something about life and courage that none of us will soon forget. Thank you so much, all of you children, for teaching us adults how to live life.